Hello there, and welcome back to another Break the Code 2 challenge video. The last time I believe we did the first two challenges, that is the NATA challenge and the Napster challenge. Today, in Drive 1, we will be doing the third challenge, that is the Wall Street Journal challenge. When we click on it, it tells us to go to the following link, and we're going to go ahead and open our Internet Explorer and type in the URL into the search address bar. So it's tmsj.tech.com. Oh, it's actually tmsj.tech. Left the T word there. Let me try spelling that again. www.tmsj.tech. So I would not like a walkthrough. And basically what I see is the page of the Wall Street Journal from, I believe, 1999. December 1999. And on the main page, on the home page, I see an article commemorating the death of JFK Jr. There was a Sudoku puzzle. There was a small article about the women's soccer team and how they won. And once I go over the brief tells me that the hackers are using the Sudoku puzzle to share some information on the website to other hackers. So, after reading through the entire page, there are some things of interest. The first was the Sudoku puzzle, which I downloaded and attempted to solve. On top of some of the elements in the Sudoku puzzle, you will see there are certain numbers that have been raised in the subscript. So that was an interesting bit. Then the second interesting bit was in that in the first article commemorating JFK Jr., a special emphasis has been placed on secret code names that have been used by the presidents. And at that time, I believe Bill Clinton was the president who took part in the service. And they said that his code name was Eagle. Okay. They also said that some of the people who were attending the session might have found it hard to keep track of all of the secret code names. So that is our first clue, okay? Right after the Sudoku puzzle, this is our first clue. If I go ahead and read the paragraph that is underneath it, it has gone ahead and done a public ranking of the last 9 presidents by popularity. And it says that Bill Clinton is placed at the 9th rank, whereas Dwight Eisenhower is placed at the 1st rank. So that is our second clue, okay? That we have ranked the presidents, and Dwight Eisenhower is in the 1st spot, whereas Bill Clinton is in the 9th spot. They also mention a bit where they say that they've left out George W. Bush from this ranking. Okay, so this is our second clue. So if we leave out President George W. Bush out of this ranking, then we're just left with 8 positions, okay? And that's also important, because if we go ahead and we read the article that is underneath the Millennium Poll, we see that they've placed a special emphasis on the number 8. This article tells us about how, at the turn of the century, there are some doomsday prophecies, because of which a lot of retailers are eager to sell whatever they have. And then they go out of their way to tell us about one business owner who is who's giving away 8 pairs of pajamas with every mattress sold. And again, there is a special emphasis on the number 8. So this is our third clue. And the fourth clue is that once we go over this article right over here, we get to know that the win was actually a last minute win because of a shuffle that had been made, which made all the difference. Okay, so this is something that I also found super interesting amongst all everything that was written on the home screen. So we have the Sakuda puzzle, where we have some special subscripts that are telling us some information. We know that we need to know about the secret code names of the presidents. We need to know about the 9 presidents that have been ranked by popularity right after Dwight Eisenhower. And there's a special emphasis on the number 8, 8 pairs. Nothing more, nothing less. So, first I went ahead and I attempted to solve the Sakuda puzzle. Okay, once I had solved that, I went ahead and I wrote down the presidents by their date in office in the millennium 1900 to 2000. Okay. And since our ranking actually begins with President Dwight Eisenhower, we're only going to consider the presidents that precede him, none of the presidents that come before him. Okay. This is where I went wrong initially. You're only supposed to look at the ones that come after him. So if you look at that, you actually happen to have 9 presidents that precede Dwight D. Eisenhower and up till Bill Clinton. So that seemed like too big of a coincidence. And they also said that the public ranking was such that Dwight Eisenhower was in the first position and Bill Clinton was in the ninth position. So big coincidence? I think not. So I left them in the exact same order and I went ahead and I made another list underneath it that showed their popularity by ranking. Okay, starting off with Dwight Eisenhower. So, if we scroll down, oh, sorry about that. If we scroll down, we can go ahead and see all of their names. We need to cross out George W. Bush because that is what the article had stated. And we go ahead, now that we've written down all of their names, we go ahead and we find out their Secret Service names as well, and we write those right next to them. So I just thought, since there's a special emphasis in the last article about shuffling, that got me thinking, what if uh, the Sakudo elements with the digits in the subscript are telling us something about the Secret Service codes? For instance, let's say I choose the third Secret Service code, which is volunteer, and I go ahead and I pick out the sixth alphabet, which happens to be T, and choose it as the first word, as the first alphabet of my answer. So I kept doing that by going row by row. That is, first I picked the word volunteer. I picked out the sixth alphabet, which was T. Then I went ahead and I picked out the first word and the fifth alphabet, which happens to be E. And I kept going row by row until I came up with the word Terrasat. Okay, so once I went ahead and I entered this in Resolve, the puzzle was solved. So this is how the third puzzle in Break the Code Challenge is solved. Awesome. Okay, see you guys next time.